Hello my friends, welcome to the video. It's Simon the Watch Guy. I have just packaged up a clock, a Seiko clock. I have reviewed it on the channel. It has now sold, so that is leaving the collection. The collection is microscopic compared to what it used to be. During the height of my watch collection, and clock collection too, because I did collect alarm clocks, travel alarm clocks for the most part, and a couple of Napoleon style clocks as well. I found that the more and more I consumed, in terms of the more items, the more clocks, watches I purchased, my anxiety levels, my stress levels were through the roof. Now, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I might be getting 5. It might just be a coincidence, because I realise that I have quite a stressful life. Job, relationships, they can be stressful. Friends, family, all of these things can add into your stress. Now, when you add a watch addiction on top of it, let's define what we mean by addiction. I think a watch hobby is when you buy a watch, maybe you buy 2 or 3 watches, and it's a hobby, you enjoy looking at them, but it suddenly becomes an addiction when, in my case, I filled a watch box of 6 watches. I purchased another watch box which filled, I think, 18 watches, and I filled that as well. And suddenly, it was getting out of hand. The money I was spending on watches was astronomical. It really was silly. And I'm talking about this now as somebody who was collecting on and off for 10 years, but seriously collecting for 4 years. When I first started the YouTube channel, that's when the real addiction, that's when it really began. And you've saw many videos on the channel, and what's quite scary is that there were many more watches that never made it to the channel. Predominantly G-Shocks. I went through a G-Shock phase, an addiction to G-Shocks. And all the while, my anxiety and stress, it was up to here, guys. It was quite bad. To the point where I went on a date, I think last year, and before COVID, we were walking around the shops, and every single watch shop I stopped and looked at it, and my date at the time, she was just looking at me as if this guy's got a problem. And I think somewhere deep inside, I even thought myself, this is not cool. This is not good. Stopping at every watch shop when you're wearing a watch, you're on a date, there's something not right. And so it's dawned on me that I've got a stressful life. Very recently, I had a stressful house. I purchased a house last year. The neighbours, they used to play, bass music. It was loud, and I decided, look, I need to move somewhere quiet. I need that zen, that tranquility. I need silence, There's times when, as a guy or a girl watching this, you just want your own peace and quiet. You need that, you need that kind of sanctuary sometimes. And so I found a new house, and I moved into this place. And hey, it ticked the boxes. It was quiet. It was, there's enough space for me, And then I decided, look, I need brand new laminate. I need new carpet fitting. And I got this company to come and do it, and man, they've messed it up. They've been, I think, 4 times. They're due out tomorrow, 5 times. Again, my stress and anxiety is back up through the roof. But once that is all done, and hopefully once it's done for good, the watch addiction, or lack of addiction, I think is going to bring me back down. And I think there's a level of procrastination. What do I mean by this? Well, I have many many things I wish to do, I wish to accomplish. Just personal goals, silly things. I'm not even going to share them on the channel. Nothing, if I said them out loud, it wouldn't impress you. It's just stuff I want to do. For example, it might be like skiing, you know? I want to go, I want to do this, skiing is just an example. You get my point. Now, in order to do those things, in order to reach those goals, all the personal goals I've got, it requires saving money, it requires time, patience, being calm, collected, cool and collected. And I think sometimes we're scared in life to go and reach those big goals, and we put ourselves off through procrastination. We do other things because we're scared of what happens when we reach those goals. We all know Tyson Fury, the boxer. He became a world champion, heavyweight champion of the world. And when he got there, what was left? You're heavyweight champion. Now what? What do you do? Defend the title? I mean, I think sometimes we need to go and reach our goals. We need to keep achieving. We need to keep doing these different things. And watches has almost certainly slowed me down. It absolutely... If it gets to the point where you're not even sure if you enjoy it anymore, that's when you know, hey, maybe it's time for some form of intervention. Not just the financial hit, because you're spending money, you're flipping watches, and flipping watches, again, we've said it before on the channel, it's a really quick way to lose money. It really is. And I know there's people shouting at the screen, yeah, I've bought a Rolex, I've sold it and made money. That's great if that's happened to you, but for a lot of people, when you flip watches, you tend to lose money, especially if you go through eBay. You've got PayPal fees, you've got the eBay fees themselves, then you've got to post the damn thing, and then there's the fact you've sold it used, so you get a lesser price anyway, and unless you are selling, a reasonably rare... I recently put up the blue NY0040, the Citizen model in blue, and I got offered less than half the price I paid for it. Now, I didn't let it go for that, but just to give you some perspective, people are not willing to pay, and you get some cheeky, offers as well, but people are not willing to pay what you paid for the watch. Unless it's a really high-end watch. But again, Cartier Tanks, they lose massive amounts of money. Massive amounts. So, again, it just comes down to what you want to achieve in life, your goals. Is the watch hobby preventing you reaching these goals? Is it a form of procrastination? How is the watch hobby for you? Again, I've been collecting watches on and off for 10 years, but the last 4 years was super, super intense, buying and selling watches every week, literally every week for the last 4 years. And I hope that after my next video that the anxiety is going to be significantly lower. I've been wearing this watch for quite a while now, and I don't feel as if I need to constantly keep changing it. So maybe I'm at the end of this crazy journey. Where are you up to in your journey? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear, especially from fellow watch addicts, not just hobbyists. I'm interested to hear what you have to say too. But I'm talking about the addicts now, people who are addicted to this, recognising you're addicted to buying and selling watches. Where are you in the journey? How is it affecting you personally? Not just financially, but from a personal level. Let me know in the comments below, and guys, I will see you in the next one when we review the Casio W217H. Okay, take care guys, see you in the next one.